Good morning everyone. How are you all? Welcome to Officers at 24/7. So first let me know how are you all, and those candidates who have already joined us here in the session, do let me know is audio and video both are okay. Are we good to go? Let me know immediately. Apart from that, do share the session on your Telegram channel, WhatsApp group and Facebook group so that maximum people will be joining us in this particular session. Apart from this session, I will let you know that every day, Monday to Friday, we are having a regular sessions in which we are discussing MCQ pattern for each and every unit of yours. On Saturday, we are having a weekly revision session. On Sunday, we are having a mini marathons. So all the 4 subjects mini marathon is available today. Do check the timing only on Officers at 24/7. And to attend all these sessions, what you have to do, you simply have to subscribe the Officers at 24/7 channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon as well, because it will give you update about your session. Right? So let's start. So I'm your mentor Amanjot Kaur for IE, IFS and PPB, and today I will be here with all of you to discuss the IE, IFS mini marathon based on the MCQ. We will be discussing the questions here. Okay, so let's start. What I want from all of you, I want each and everyone to be very active in the session and keep participating, keep answering in the comment section. And in the end of the session, let me know how many answers you have given correct. So we are going to discuss 50 questions today. So let's start. The first question that is talking about partnership firm consisting a local broker, pawnbrokers and your non-bank financial intermediaries are a part of. Which of the following? First is saying the formal financial system, second is saying the informal financial system, third is saying both A and B, and fourth is saying none of the above. So a very simple question it is, and it is talking about which of the following is or are true in context of these members. Like they are part of which of the following system? Are they part of formal financial system or informal or both or none? So if I talk about formal financial system, a kind of system which have a regulators available in the market. Rule regulations have been given, accordingly the banks and the institutions have to work, that is formal. And informal, where is no regulatory body is there and they can be deciding by themselves what they want to do and what they do not want to do. What rate of interest they want to charge and at what collateral they want to provide the loan. That's an informal system. And the formal system in our country started by Bank of Hindustan in the year 1770 from the Kolkata. Okay, so this, if we talk about the local brokers, the pawn makers, the non-banking financial intermediaries, they all are the informal financial system part. They all are what? They all are informal financial systems part. So the right answer will be your B option. Okay, right answer is B. B, make sure you are answering in the comment section. Keep answering in the comment section. Now, the second question is talking about which among the following is not a part of financial institution. Not a part of financial institution. So, what are financial institution? Which provides us the financial product and services benefit facilities. They are known as financial institution. First is saying commercial bank, cooperative bank, second is saying mutual fund, third is saying pension funds, fourth is saying loans and advances, and fifth is saying derivatives. So let me know in the comment section, out of these 5 options, which of the following is not a part of your financial institution. Till then, I will give you the additional information. If I talk about commercial bank, cooperative bank, they are regulated by RBI. If I talk about mutual funds, they are regulated by SEBI. If I talk about pension funds, they are regulated by PFRDA. If I talk about the loan and advances, these are the financial instrument that is provided by the banks and other financial institution. Derivative, again a financial instrument that is provided by the capital market. It means SEBI regulates the derivative market. So out of these 5, it's very obvious, first, second, third are the financial institutions. The fourth and fifth is your financial instrument. They are the financial instruments. So the right answer will be B option. Okay, right answer will be B. So right answer will be B option for the second question. So do make sure you are answering the number with the number of question. Like the second is B. This kind of answer you have to give in the comment section. Now, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic, other steps taken for liberalization of financial sector. So you have to read the statement carefully and you have to choose the correct option in relation to what? Other steps that have been taken for the liberalization of financial sector. So you have got 3 statements. Out of these 3, you have to tell which of the following statement is true. First is saying the establishment of 3 credit rating agencies, namely CRISIL, then your ICRA and then your CARE was done. Second is saying foreign institutional investors were permitted to invest in the India in 1992 under the portfolio investment scheme. Third is saying in the post-1990 period, a notable development in the area of money market operation was the emergence of specialized institutions, namely your primary dealers, your money market mutual funds. So these are the statement. Out of these statement, what do you think which of the following is correct? Apart from that, if I talk about the credit rating agencies, the credit rating agencies are regulated by SEBI and they provide the credit rating to corporates, to institutions, to countries. Okay, now, so, and CRISIL was the first credit rating agency of our country. CRISIL was the first credit rating agency of our country. And the right answer for this option, this question will be, third will be your C. All are the correct statement. The third question answer is your C, that all the statement in context to steps taken for liberalization of financial sector are correct. So, right answer is C. Okay, next question is fourth question. Match the following with reference to present status of banking sector. What is the present status of banking sector? You have to answer. First is, these are the option and match the following have been given to you. Now, how many banking sectors bank are there in India? So, type of bank and number of functional branches over the entire India. So, if we talk about, we do not know the number of cooperative bank, it's very obvious. Non-scheduled bank and small finance banks is very easy to be known as how many number of banks are there. So, non-scheduled bank we have 3, it means D. If we talk about the small finance bank, we have 11, it means C. So, second will be D and fourth will be C, that is very much confirmed. And after that, foreign bank. Foreign bank will be comparatively less to the cooperative bank. So, foreign banks will be what? A, and now the cooperative will be your B. So, B, D, A, C will be your right correction here. The right answer will be B, D, A and C, it means B option. Right answer will be. Acha, if I talk about non-scheduled bank includes your local area bank. They include what? They include the local area bank. Now, after this, local area bank have been reduced now. So, now actually there are 2 local area banks in the country. Okay, how many local area banks are remain? 2, because RBI have amended this again. So, right answer will be your B option. Right answer is your B option. Now, next question, filling the blanks with respect to phase 4 post-global financial crisis. So, you have to tell about post-global financial crisis phase 4, like which of the following options are correct in the filling the blanks question. So, do make sure you increase your reading capability, answering capability, because in the paper you will find the statement based question that will be a kind of time taking questions. So, we are going to prepare, we are going to complete 50 questions here and we will try to do it in a minimum time so that you will be having a time management, you will be solving your time management problem as well. So, the question is saying there have been several crises that have forged economies during the 20th and 21st century. Each of these crises have provided lessons to be learned. It's very obvious, has helped in the formulating ways and means by which financial system can become stronger and more robust. That is true. After every mistake, we learn something. That's what it is saying. So, the global financial crisis of Dash was one of the crises probably that severest of them all after the Great Depression of Dash. So, after Great Depression, we have faced the global financial crisis. The both year you have to tell. So, which of the following is correct? It is true that 2007-8 was the global financial crisis. So, 7-8 it will be. It means B and C option cannot be there. It can be either A or B. But if I talk about Great Depression, it is in the year 1930. It means the right answer will be A. It means the right answer will be your A option. Okay. So, fifth answer will be A option. So, do remember the years in which they have been introduced. Now, apart from that, what do you understand by the term banking? So, what is banking? You guys very definitely knowing what is banking. But as per which act, what definition have been given, that you have to tell here. And these are the 4 options in front of you, out of which you have to tell the banking definition is given in which section and what is the right definition. So, first is section 5.1b, section 5.1, section 1.5.1c, section 1.5.1cc. So, if you remember the section, your struggle have removed from this question. And you do not have to struggle to read all the statement. Because if you know the section of Banking Regulation Act, that will be your answer, because in all the 4 options, sections are different. If the sections are different, it will be very easy for you. Do not have to read all the statements. So that's very obvious. The right answer will be A option. The right answer will be your A option. Hana? Be active in the session. So as per section 5(1)(b) of Banking Regulation Act, banking is what? Banking means accepting deposit from the public for the purpose of lending or investment, and it will be repayable on the demand of the customer by using the demand draft or check or write documents. So this is what the banking is defined under the section 5(1)(b) of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Okay. So right answer for 6th question will be your A option. Right. Now, choose the right. Acha, apart from this function of banking also provide other functions, and that all have defined under section 6 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Okay. Now next question is, choose the right statement from the one mentioned below with respect to history of banking in India. Okay. So history of banking in India started in the year 1770. I have just told you in the earlier question that the formal financial system in India started in 1770 with the Bank of Hindustan. Okay. So you have to tell out of the history of banking, which of the following is correct? First is saying the Bank of Madras. Bank of Madras was the presidency bank. We used to have 3 presidency banks: Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras. Okay. Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras and Bank of Kolkata. Okay. So Bank of Kolkata was the first bank. It used to be known as Bank of Kolkata first, then it was renamed as Bank of Bengal. So Bank of Bengal, Bank of Madras and Bank of Bombay we have. So Bank of Madras was the second presidency bank in 1843, followed by the Bank of Bombay in July 1843. Okay. Second is saying during the late 19th century, early 20th century, as a fallout of the Swadeshi movement, a number of ethnic Indian banks were established. Okay. Third is saying the cooperative movement was pioneered by Mr. Vittal L, who spearheaded the urban cooperative segment, credit segment in 1889, then in the princely state of Baroda. And the 1920s, 1930 was marked by extremely turbulence in the financial market, which led to the closing down of a number. Then the government nationalized 14 largest private sector banks, those which have deposit of 50 crore and above, in a momentous move on 19th of July 1969. So out of that, you have to answer which of the following is a right statement. Which of the following is correct? So if I talk about here, the 5th statement is very much correct. And our 5th statement is very much correct. The 4th statement is also correct. The 3rd statement is also correct. The 2nd statement is also correct. Let's say for example. Then what about the first one? The first statement is correct or not? The first statement is not correct. The Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras, this is the right sequence. So Bank of Madras is not the second, it is the 3rd presidency bank, introduced in 1840, and Bank of Bombay was introduced in 1840. Hana, 43 and 40, this is the year. So all are not correct. So option number will be your, okay. I have to change the option because let's say D option is your 1, 2, 3 and sorry, not 1. D option will be your 2, 3, 4 and 5 are correct. Okay. So options are a little bit different here. So right answer will be 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. They are correct. The first one is not correct. The first one is not correct because the Bank of Madras was established in 1843 and Bank of Bombay was established in 1840. Okay, so right answer will be your 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th is correct, not the first one. Chalo, next continue. Filling the blanks in relation to the concept of non-scheduled bank. Non-scheduled bank concept you have to fill here, which of the following is correct. So question is asking non-scheduled, the statement have been given paragraph. Non-scheduled banks are those that are not listed in the DAS schedule of RBI 1934. Which schedule? second schedule of RBI Act 1934. So it means B option have been removed from here. Very obvious. Now, apart from that, the minimum capital requirement of non-scheduled banks is governed by dash of Banking Regulation Act. What are Banking Regulation Act? Section 11(1) of Banking Regulation Act. Okay, then Banking Regulation Act, whereas the capital requirement of the scheduled banks are governed by which bank? Which act? RBI Act 1934, and that is defined under section 42(6). In which section it is defined? It is defined in the section 42(6). So the first one is not correct, the third one is correct. Second schedule, section 11(1) talks about the capital requirement of non-scheduled bank, and section 42(6) talks about the scheduled bank capital. So right answer will be your C option. The right answer is simply your C option. Always use the elimination method to answer your question. When we have eliminated B option, we have to compare only two options here. Okay. Chalo, next again, match the following. Which of the following correct, or which of the following is a correct combination in context to merger of nationalized banks in 2019 and 2020? So we know there used to be 20 nationalized bank, they have been merged now, and we only have 11 nationalized bank present right now. So if I talk about first, the first is your merger happened in 1993. After 1993, 2019 was the second merger, and then 2020 was the third merger. And after these mergers, after these three mergers, nationalized bank which used to be 20 remain only 11. So first is saying Bank of Baroda, Dena Bank and Vijaya Bank. These merger happened in 2019, and after 2019 they have been named as Bank of Baroda. Union Bank of India, Andhra Bank, Corporation Bank, 2020 this happened, and they have been named as Union Bank of India. Canara Bank, Syndicate Bank, again 2020 named as Canara Bank. Indian Bank, Allahabad Bank, again 2020 named as Indian Bank. It means the same sequence have been given here. And Indian Bank, Allahabad Bank, initially it was said that the name will be continued for Allahabad Bank, because it was known as, it was used to be known as till 2020 the oldest commercial bank which is still working, right? But because the Indian Bank had the more capital in comparison to Allahabad Bank, that's why the name have been given to the Indian Bank. So right answer will be, first is A, second is B, third is C, fourth is D. So right answer is A. Right option will be your A. The same sequence has been written here. Next, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the concept of fintech. In relation to the concept of fintechs, you have to answer the correct option here. So we have these statements. Out of these, you have to tell which of the following is correct. So first is saying, what are fintechs? What are fintech? These are the financial companies. These are the financial companies who are trying to be more better in the technological services as well. So fintech, financial technology, is an industry composed of such companies that use technology to offer their financial services. So they are already issuing financial services, but they want to make their technology more better for the people. So these companies operate in insurance, asset management, payment, numerous other industries. Fintech has emerged as a relatively new industry in India in the past few years. Is it true? Obviously, it is true. Okay. Second is saying the example of these technologies include web, mobile, cloud services, machine learning, digital India, application programming interface. A fintech firm is one that specializes in offering digital financial services to their consumers or enable other providers to offer digital financial services. Is it true? Yes, definitely it is true. So fintech companies are those companies who are already providing the financial services, but now they are doing evolution, or they are trying to innovate their technology platform as well, so that much better services and in much smooth way the services can be provided to the customer. So right answer will be your, both the statements are correct, all the statement is correct. So right answer will be your C option about the fintechs. Okay, be active in the session regularly. Now, the capital of the bank shall be of 5 crores. This is the paid up capital of RBI. And it may be noted that as per the annual report of RBI 31st March 2022, the total capital reserve of RBI stood at rupees 6,741 crores. Okay, so now the above mentioned information is presented through which section of the RBI Act? Section 11, Section 3, Section 9, Section 4. So which section of RBI Act 1934 talks about the capital of RBI? It talks about the capital of RBI. And the right answer is section 4 talks about this. And our right answer will be your D option, section 4. Now, next, match the following. Which of the following is correct in context to the function of the central banking? Or central bank is your RBI. Okay, the section and the match have been given to you. So let's say, for example, I do not know what is section 20 is. I do not know what is section 21 is, but I know definitely what is section 22. So it's very obvious you will be very much confirmed about one or two options in the match the following. So I am very much confirmed about the section 22. That talks about that RBI has the sole right to print all the denomination of currency except rupee 1. 1 rupee note will be printed by Government of India only. Okay, so I know section 22 talks about the issue of currency. So third will be A. So I have to check in how many options third is A to eliminate my option. So it has only first, not second, not third, not fourth. So right answer is A. So if you are capable of eliminating the options, it will become very easy for you. Time management can be done. You have to spend less time. You do not have to read all the statements here. You can easily answer. Until and unless if there is an option of none of these is given. If the none of these is given, then you have to check all the above. And you have to check each and everything, because might be the right answer will be none of these. So here the answer will A, because there was no none of these option is there. So the right combination third is A, and I have 100% guarantee this. So it means this will be the right answer. And if you are not 100% confirmed that it will be this option only, or this will be the right match, then do read all. Okay. Now next, section 21 talks about 21A talks about your banker to state governments based on the agreement, and the section 20 is talking about banker to the central government. Okay, these are the functions of RBI. Now, which among the following statement is correct with respect to feature of Banking Regulation Act? Out of these, which of the following are the feature of your Banking Regulation Act 1949? This Banking Regulation Act earlier used to be known as your Banking Companies Act. Okay, it used to be known as what? Banking Companies Act. So, prohibition of trading to eliminate non-banking risks. This is true. Prescription of maximum capital standard? No, minimum capital standard prescription will be given, no, but not the maximum. Limiting the payments of dividend, this is true. Inclusion and scope of legislation of banks registered outside the province of India, this is also true. Introduction of comprehensive system of licensing of banks and their branches, this is also true. It means only second option is not true, all the others are true. It means right answer will be your D. So when we are guaranteed that this cannot be the second, so we can simply eliminate these two options. And we have to check only third and fourth. So the right answer is D here. All are correct, but not the second statement. It gives you the minimum capital statement, but not the maximum capital standard. Next. Filling the blanks with respect to the topic restriction concerning payment of dividend under the Banking Regulation Act. Okay, and this is the paragraph in which you have to answer the option. So let's start reading. Do make sure if you know something, then do eliminate the options, so that you will be taking less time to answer the question, and it will create a less confusion for you among the option. So first is saying, according to dash, every banking company shall create a reserve fund known as a statutory reserve fund, and before declaring any dividend, transfer to it at least dash of its profit each year. So according to whom? According to whom it has said that each bank have to have a reserve fund. Who said that? And we do not know who said that, let's say. So we have checked section for 70 is in common. So it means it is a section 70 because it's common. Okay. Let's move forward. At least how much percent? Now you have to decide your answer. Is it 10 or is it 20? So now you have to remember the amount. It is at least 20% of your profit each year you have to submit to the reserve fund. So it cannot be A or B. It can be C or D. Now, when the amount in the reserve fund together with the amount in the share premium account equals to paid up capital, then the central government on the recommendation of the Reserve Bank can allow a banking company dash transfer. Not to transfer is common in the C and D. It means it's very obvious. You do not have to transfer, not to transfer the stipulated 20% of profit to the reserve fund. So the reserve fund cannot be used for any purpose until it is equal to the paid up capital. And where a banking company appropriates any amount from the reserve fund or share premium, it shall report to the fact to Reserve Bank of India within how many days? Within 21 days. How many days? Within 21 days. So here we got our answer, that is D. Okay, here we got our answer, that is D. So within 21 days of such appropriation, explaining to the circumstances thereof. So this is the restriction that will be given on the basis of the payment of dividend under the Banking Regulation Act 1949. So right answer is D. Do remember in which section, do remember how much percent, this is very important. The reserve fund percentage is very important. How much? 20% each year of your profit you have to give. So right answer is your D. Okay, next question. Which among the following is not a part of development financial institution function? So what are development financial institution? We know those institutions who are working in a particular sector development in our country. So out of these four options, which of the following is not a part of development financial institution function? Achha, we have missed one question in between, 15th number question. Hana, we will do that after this. So first is saying to develop entrepreneurial skill, to finance housing is small scale industries, infrastructure, social utilities, to promote the development of urban areas specifically for boosting the revenue, and to allocate resources to high priority sector. So what do you think? Which of the following is not a part of your development financial institution? So it's very obvious, not have to allocate resources to high priority sector. Okay, all the three are the functions of development financial institution, but not the fourth one. So right answer is D. About 16th question. Now we have missed the 15th question. Let's read this one as well. Read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option. In relation to the topic power of RBI to control advances by banking companies under the Banking Regulation Act 1949. So what is the power of RBI here? Hana? So first is saying section 21. In terms of section 21, where the RBI satisfies that it is necessary or expedient in the public interest or in the interest of the depositor, it may determine the policy with regard to advances to be followed by banks when the policy has been so determined. All the banking companies or banking company concerned, as the case may be, shall be bound to follow the policy so determined by the government. Okay. Next is saying as such, RBI may direct banks with respect to the purpose of advances, the margin to be maintained, the minimum quantum that can be lent to a single entity and the rate of interest to the charge, the banks would be required to adhere to such direction provided by RBI. Okay. So you have to tell out of these two which of the following is correct in regard to the power of RBI to control advances of banking companies. And the right answer for you is none is correct. Right answer is D, not statement 1 nor 2 is incorrect. Both the statements are incorrect. No such kind of power have been defined under these sections. Now, NAFID Act 2021 is divided into 7 chapters consisting of 44 sections, in which chapter 6 talks about. It talks about accounts, audit, reporting aspect of NAFID, other miscellaneous aspect, both A and B or none of the above. So NAFID is the latest development financial institution. The oldest development financial institution we have IFCI. So NAFID established in 2021. IFCI was established in 1948. And the right answer here will be, that is the accounts, audit and reporting aspect of NAFID have defined under the chapter 6 of your NAFID Act. Okay. Now, read the following statement carefully and choose the incorrect statement about the National Housing Bank. So NHB used to be the RBI subsidiary, but it is not anymore because RBI sold NHB to the Government of India in the year 2019. So which of the following is correct? First is saying the subgroup on housing finance for 7th 5-year plan identified the non-availability of long-term finance to individual household on any significant scale as a major wrinkle in impedient progress of the housing sector and recommend the setting of a national level institution. Okay. Second is saying the Committee of Secretariat considered the recommendation and set up the high level group under the chairmanship of Mr. Rangarajan. the then Deputy Governor of RBI. Then it was established in 1988 as the apex institution for housing finance following the National Housing Policy. Then the General Superintendent's Direction and Management of the Affairs and Business of NHB West under the Act and Board of Directors. Which of the following is correct? All are correct. All the statement about the National Housing Bank is correct. This is a development financial institution. This is an apex body for your housing sector. Okay. So all the statements are true about the National Housing Bank. Now, next question is talking about you have to choose the correct statement about your market advisory services under the Exim Bank. So Exim Bank is Export-Import Bank, also a development financial institution, and you have to answer which of the following is correct about the market advisory services provided by Exim Bank. First is saying it is provided to help importing firms in their globalization efforts by proactively assisting in locating overseas distributors, buyers, partner for their product services. So, it's talking about market advisory services. It is providing you advisory services for the market. And very obvious, if it is providing you advisory services, it will let you know that where your buyers, where your overseas buyer, distributor and partners are located actually, so that you can go and have a deal with them. So, right, first is correct. Second is saying to identify opportunity overseas for setting up plants or projects for or acquisition of overseas companies. This is also true. It let you know like it is good to invest or not. So, it will study the market and let me know the opportunities which are available. So, second is also correct. Third, market advisory service group also organize workshops supporting events to facilitate design and package their products for the international market. This is also true. A, first, second, third, all the three statements are correct. Right, all the three statements are correct. So, right answer is your C option. The right answer is what? Okay. Chalo. Next. Match the following with respect to financing facilities offered by SIDBI. So, SIDBI again your what? It is simply your development financial institution. So, out of these which of the following financial facilities offered by SIDBI matches correct. So, SIDBI provides three types of services of financing. Hana, how many types of services SIDBI provide? It provides three types. The first one is direct finance, second one is indirect finance, and the third one we have here is microfinance. So, first is saying direct finance. Which of the following is a direct finance service of SIDBI? Also remember, SIDBI is the Small Industries Development Bank of India, which provide help to the small industries development and MSME as well. Okay, so first direct finance, finance to small businesses and entrepreneurs for establishing their business. No. Term loan assistance, finance against receivable equity support. This is the direct finance. Hana, when you are doing what? You are providing term loan assistance, finance against the receivables and equity. This is your direct finance. Okay. Now, what about indirect finance? It cannot be A because I have studied A is your what? A is your microfinance. So, here will be A. Microfinance is what? Finance to the small businesses and entrepreneurs for the establishing of their business. So, third is A. Now, the second will be your C. So, B, C, A will be correct and B, C, A is the B option. So, right answer will be B option. Okay. Direct finance means when the loan will be provided against the receivables equity support. Then indirect finance will be simply that is providing refinance to product linked incentive scheme comprising of banks, state level financial institution, and the microfinance is providing finance to the small businesses and entrepreneurs for establishing their business. So, right answer will be your B option. So, do remember SIDBI provide these three types of financing facility: direct, indirect and microfinance. Now, filling the blanks in the relation to the topic financial resources of IDBI. So, IDBI used to be the development financial institution. It have been converted into the commercial bank now. So, it is a private bank under the commercial bank category. Okay. So, first is saying IDBI was framed within dash capital. What capital? It is framed with the paid up capital. Paid up capital cannot be true. Paid up capital is your subscribed capital that have been subscribed by the public. So whatever, there are three types of mainly capital: authorized capital, issued capital, and subscribed capital. That is also known as a paid up capital. So authorized capital is the capital by which the business have been started, and that's the capital which is required for the lifetime of the business. Issued capital is the recently, or not the recently, issued capital is a part of your authorized capital that you issued for the public in form of shares. That's the issued capital. And paid up capital is a capital which, what we can say, paid up capital is a type of capital which you have got from the investors. Like you have issued the security, you have issued the shares for the public, and public have purchased your share. So after public purchase your share, you have raised certain capital from the market. That capital is known as paid up capital, or you can call that a subscribed capital. So no company will be started with the paid up capital. Paid up capital, not the authorized capital. So right answer is A. So IDBI was formed with the authorized capital of 50 crore that have been increased later in 2000 crore, and after that it again increased to 5000 crore. So the right answer will be your A option. Okay, right answer is your A option. Next, fill in the blanks in relation to the topic that is talking about Reserve Bank of India Direction 2022. So a certain new direction have been given by RBI in 2022. Which of the following is correct? RBI, in exercise of the power that is conferred by section 35A and the section dash of Banking Regulation Act 1949, chapter 3B of the RBI 1934, and the section dash and section dash of NHB Act 1987, issued fresh direction to the banks, NBFCs, including microfinance institution and housing finance company in March 2022. So all these sections have been changed in 2022 direction. All these section of different act talks about what? They talks about the banks and NBFCs, microfinance institution, housing finance companies for the fresh direction that have been given. Okay. So RBI Act RBI 1934 have been said that in exercise of the provisions that is conferred by, it cannot be section 22, because section 22 talks about that RBI has a sole right to print currency note of all denomination except rupee 1. So section 22 of RBI Act talks about what? It talks about the RBI right to print the currency. The right answer will be your C option. Okay. So section 21, section 35A, section 35A of Banking Regulation Act talks about the banking ombudsman scheme that used to be there. Now it have been replaced by the integrated ombudsman scheme. So right answer will be your C option. Okay. Now, which among the following statements are correct with respect to no coercive method of recovery under RBI's Fair Practice Code for NBFC MFIs? So which among the following statements are correct with respect to whom? With respect to non-coercive method of recovery under RBI Fair Practice Code for NBFC MFIs. So do remember, this is one of the type of microfinance institution, that is NBFC microfinance institution, and they are regulated by RBI. This is the only type of microfinance institutions which are regulated by RBI. Do remember that. So as you know, the NBFCs use a certain kind of harsh method or harsh way to recover their funds. So that's why RBI has said that this coercive means by force, by threat, you are recovering your fund. So this method have to be do what? This method have to be changed. So RBI has introduced certain fair practice code for that. So which of the following is correct in respect to that? First, NBFC MFI shall ensure that a board approved policy is in place with regard to code of conduct by field staff and system for their recruitment, training and supervision. The first statement is saying. Okay. Now the second is saying the code should lay down maximum qualifications necessary for the field staff and have necessary training tools identified for them to deal with the customer. Okay. Next is saying training imparted to field staff shall include program to inculcate appropriate behavior towards borrower without adopting any abuse or coercive debt collection recovery practices. Obviously, this have to be there. The third one have to be there. Fourth, compensation method for staff should have more emphasis on areas of service, borrower satisfaction than merely the number of loan mobilized and the rate of recovery. So it's very obvious that third option will be there and the second should not be there. No, second should be there. If we talk about here, the course should lay down maximum qualification necessary for the field staff and shall have necessary training tools to identify for them, deal with the, no, it is not required. So if we talk about here, which of the following is correct? The first one is correct, the third one is correct and the fourth one is correct. Hana, the second one cannot be there, so the right answer will be your D option, first, third and fourth. So these are the fair practice code that RBI have given to the NBFC MFI. Like when you are doing recovery of your funds, then do not use your coercive method. Do not do this by force and threat. You have to use non-coercive method for recovery. And this is the three methods that have been there under the RBI fair practice code. For whom? For NBFC MFIs. Now, which among the following was suggested as measure by Y.H. Maligam Committee in order to bring discipline in the microfinance institution sector? In the microfinance institution sector, which of the following have been recommendation given by the Y.H. Maligam Committee? First is saying creation of a separate category for NBFC operating in microfinance sector to be designated as NBFC MFI. This is true. Criteria for defining microfinance loans classified as qualifying asset. This is also correct. Prescription related to pricing of credit in terms of margin cap and interest rate ceiling on individual. This is also correct. It means all of the above are the measures that have been given by the Y.H. Maligam Committee in order to discipline the micro institutions in our country. So all these have to be there if you want to discipline your microfinance institution. Now, a self-help group is a small informal group of how many members? It's very simple. The self-help group will be of member 10 to 20 individuals. 10 to 20 members should be there. It can be men, women both. It can be women only. And self-help group have been introduced to build the savings habit among the people. Apart from that, if we talk about, it is also talking that self-help group bank linkage program should be there, in which banks have been linked to the self-help group have been linked to the banks and they are able to take the loan from the bank for their purposes. Now, next is read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option with respect to the third phase of evolution of microfinance in India. So, do remember microcredit and microfinance are two different terms. And I do read this statement. Microfinance is simply when you are providing everything related to money. You are providing micro savings, you are providing micro credit, you are providing micro insurance. In the micro insurance amount will be 50,000, not more than that. Less than 50,000 micro insurance will be provided, and micro pension. So you are providing all the financial product, but at a small level, at a small capacity. And micro credit is providing a small loan. So microfinance cover everything related to the finance, financial, micro savings, micro insurance, micro pension, micro loan or credit, all will be the part of microfinance. Okay. So first is saying self-help group bank linkage program formally launched by NABARD in 1992. That was done on the recommendation of S.K. Kalia committee with its guidelines to banks for financing self-help group under a pilot project aimed for financing 500. This is true. Second is saying under a pilot project that aimed at financing 500 self-help group across the country through the banking system, while the banks had financed about 600 self-help group. By March 1993, they continued to finance even more self-help group in the subsequent year. This is also true, and this encouraged RBI to include the financing self-help group as a mainstream activity of bank, and then it was introduced in the priority sector lending in 1996. So all the statements are correct. It means both the statements are correct, A and 2, about your evolution of microfinance in India. Now, match the following in the self-help group bank linkage program models. So there are these three models, model 1, model 2, model 3. You have to confirm which model is correct about the self-help group bank linkage program model. So first is saying model 1. Model 1 talks about what? First option is saying under this model self-help group are formed and directly financed by bank. This is true. The model 1 is actually what? This. Okay. Model 2, under this model, the NGO will promote self-help group and link them with the banks. Self-help group formed by NGO are also directly financed by bank. This is true. And the NGOs will be working as a mediator. They will be working as a mediator here. Model 3, it will be obviously this fund flow from banks to NGO, and the self-help group are thereafter financed by banks through the NBFC, sorry. So here the NGO will work as a financing agency. The right answer will be all. First is A, second is B, third is C. It means B option. First is A, second is B, third is C. So these are the three types of self-help group bank linkage program model 1, 2 and 3. In model 1, NGO will not be there. In model 2 and 3, NGO will be there. In model 2, NGO will be working as an intermediate entity, and in model 3, it will become a finance agency. Okay, next. NBFC which are not required to be registered with RBI. So I have told you NBFC MFIs have to be registered with RBI, that is the MFI type. Here we are asking about NBFCs which do not have to be registered with RBI. Insurance company, they are registered with SIDBI. Nidhi company, they come under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Chit fund company, they come under the respective state government. So it's very obvious all of the above do not have to be registered with RBI. None of them have to be registered with RBI. So right answer is your D. Next. Which of the following are not correct with respect to regulatory oversight by RBI or NBFC? Not correct with respect to the oversight by RBI on NBFC. Let me know which of the following is correct. So first is saying, apart from that also let me know, is it okay? Questions are okay for all of you. Are you able to recognize the content which you have studied in the conceptual classes, or if you have done the self-study, is it okay? Like you are feeling like it, that yes, I have studied this, I know this concept and I know this answer. Do you having this feeling or not? Let me know. So first is saying empowering RBI to prescribe policies for adherence of by NBFC with regard to the income recognition, accounting standard, etc. Second is saying empowering RBI to issue direction to NBFCs or their auditors with regard to their preparation of balance sheet, profit, loss account, disclosure of liability. Okay. Third is saying empowering RBI to order a special audit of self-help group, empowering RBI to prohibit NBFC from alienating asset, empowering RBI to file winding up petition against the NBFC. So which of the following you think are not correct with respect to the regulatory oversight by RBI? So RBI do everything, but if we talk about RBI empowering RBI to order a special audit of self-help group, sorry, small finance bank, this is not correct. No such kind of special audit empowering have been given here. So right answer will be your third only. It means B option. Right answer is B option. Okay. Next question. Read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option with respect to types of NBFCs. We are talking about the types of NBFCs. So do read. First is saying a loan company, and the second one is saying about your asset finance company. So out of these two, which is correct? Let me know. Okay. So first is saying a loan company is a company which is a financial institution carrying on as its principal business the financing of physical assets, supporting productive economic activity such as automobiles, tractors, generators, sets, earth moving and material and handling equipment, etc. Okay. Second is, this is not a loan company. This is not a loan company. Second is saying an asset finance company means any company which is a financial institution carrying on as its principal business the activity of providing finance, whether by making loan or advance or otherwise for any activity other than its own, but does not include asset finance company. So what is the right answer? Both are incorrect. Both the statement are incorrect. They have been written opposite to each other. The second definition belongs to the first company and the first definition belongs to the second company. So that's why both the statements are incorrect. Okay. Now next question. Globally, shadow banking entities could be covered under the broad heads of which of the following? If we talk about the shadow banking are those institution, those companies who are providing banking services, kind of a banking services, like what we can say, providing a type of a banking services, not actually the banking services, but they are not bank. They haven't taken a license from the Banking Regulation Act. Capital market funds, if we talk about capital market fund can never be your shadow banking. They are the different investment market. This cannot be true. Credit investment funds, hedge funds, this is a part. Then finance companies accepting deposit or depositing like funding, this is true. Securities broker depends on the wholesale funding, this is also true. Debit insurers, financial guarantee providers, they are not. Then apart from that, securitization vehicles, obviously this is. So it means the second, third, fourth and sixth. And the second, third, fourth and sixth, we have a D option. So this is what the shadow banking. So the shadow banking is what? Simply a type of banking or a type of companies who are not registered as a bank, they haven't taken a license of a bank, but they are providing a similar services like a bank. Like for example, NBFCs. NBFCs can be counted as a shadow banking. They are not a bank, they are performing like a shadow of a bank. They are providing a kind of similar services. They can accept term deposit but not demand, because they are not having a license of banking sector. But yes, they are providing a kind of similar service. So right answer is D. Now, fill in the blanks. NBFCs have been an important contributor to the growth of the economy and have emerged as a suitable alternative for banks in terms of raising funds. Thus, agriculture, two option is there. So first, let's eliminate one or two option. Hana, we can easily eliminate two options here. Okay, so first is talking about NBFC have been, the name of NBFC have been written here. So it cannot be agriculture in any sense, because NBFC do not provide credit facility in the agriculture sector. So it can be businesses only. So of raising funds for businesses, they offer credit facility in remote areas and support those individuals who are often not serviced by the banks. Various types of NBFCs are regulated by different financial sector regulators, and NBFCs are classified according to their liabilities, activities and size. So RBI has issued detailed direction on prudential norms to various categories of NBFC, and the applicability of the regulation vary based on the deposit dash on systematic importance of the NBFC. Deposit what? They can do what? Deposit withdrawal or deposit acceptance. So it's very obvious. Regulation vary on the basis of what? On the basis of their acceptance of the deposit. So right answer will be A option. Okay, right answer will be A option, correct. Next, the process of nationalization in insurance sector begins in the year. So what is nationalization actually? Nationalization is simply when the share of a public company will be, private company will be given to the government, 51% or more than that share, so that the government will have a ownership of a company. So the nationalization of banking sector started in 1949 because first RBI was nationalized, and here in the insurance sector we have 1956 when the nationalization have started. So right answer will be B option. Okay, now filling the blanks in relation to the topic privatization and FDI in insurance sector. Privatization and FDI in insurance sector, है ना? So FDI, you know, foreign direct investment. Insurance industries was first open to private players and FDI in the year 2000. Do remember the year when the government permitted FDI to the extent of 26% in Indian insurance company. This cap after several years increased to 49%. Now this cap have been increased in 2021 to what percentage? Hana, the cap for which percentage? So we used to have 26%. After 26%, we have increased that to the 49%, and from 49%, we have increased something to the 2021-22. Okay, so first from 26 to 49, we have changed in 2015 year. And from 49 to where? We have went to the 74%. So I know we know the percentage very carefully. So it can't be 76. So first option has been eliminated, but still we have a 3 option. And you can see The last filling the blanks will be 2019, because in 2019 it was recommended that the 74% should be increased to 100. It have not been done yet, but the recommendation have been given. So now the only answer you will be able to write when you know the year when 49% have been done from 26. So it was done in 2015. So right answer will be B option. Right answer is B option. Do remember these year and the percentage as well. Okay, now read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option in relation to the topic insurance penetration and density. So which of the following? Correct. First is saying the level of insurance density has reported consistently increase, and this is true. The level of penetration in the insurance, the level of insurance density is increasing in the country. And if we talk, so first one is correct. Okay, second is saying the insurance penetration in the life insurance sector in 2009 was 2.82%, whereas the density was 58. The penetration of non-life insurance sector in the country was 0.94, whereas the density was $19. So this, if we talk about, both the statement are correct. This is the data driven question. So both the statements are correct, that talking about the insurance penetration and the insurance density. Okay, one will be taken as the premium percentage and the second is as the percentage of GDP. So penetration will be calculated as the percentage of GDP and the density will be calculated as the percentage of population. So right answer is both are correct. Okay, both the statement are correct. Now match the registered insurer and reinsurer with the category type of insurers. Like who are reinsurers, who are your insurers? You have to tell out of the general, standalone and reinsurers. Numbers you have to tell. Okay, so if I talk about general insurance, if I talk about the general insurance, so general insurance is standalone. Achha, if we talk about the reinsurers are very less in the country. So we can identify, we can have a kind of idea like reinsurance will be B. Reinsurance can be B, and the reinsurance B is only the second option. And general insurance you have 6 to 21 and standalone you have a 1 to 10. So if we know the maximum number will be of general insurance, the least number will be of reinsurance and the middle will be standalone. So right answer is your general is C, standalone is A and reinsurance is B. C, B and A. So right answer will be your B. Okay, no, I have written the wrong option. 1 second. The first will be your C, okay. First will be C, okay. That's 6 to 21. Second will be your B, 0 to 6, and third will be your A. Okay, I have, yeah, right answer will be B, okay. Correct answer is B. Okay, so right answer will be B option. That was right. So which among the following statements are not true with respect to the concept of e-insurance account? So e-insurance account have been introduced. So which of the following is true about the insurance account? And it was become very easy for the people after introducing this account to have an insurance policy and all. So it stands for the insurance account, electronic insurance account, which maintains the insurance policy document of the policy holder in the electronic format. Okay, the second one is saying the e-insurance account facilitates the policyholder by providing access to the insurance portfolio to a click of button through internet. This is also true. A policyholder can open e-insurance account within any of the 5 repository approved by Adda. This is also true. Then one cannot open multiple accounts as Adda allows just one e-insurance account per person. This is also true. So all the statements are true about the e-insurance account. That is known as electronic insurance account. D will be the right answer. Okay, now fill in the blanks with respect to the Reserve Bank of India. So we are talking about the RBI, Reserve Bank of India. First is legislation to set up RBI was the first introduced in January 1927, though it was only 7 years later in March 1934. That the enactment RBI became accomplished fact. So prior to the setting up of RBI, the central banking function was performed by the dash. Who used to perform the central banking function before RBI? It's very obvious. It used to be done by the Imperial Bank. So, B and C option have been eliminated. Okay. By Imperial Bank of India and the Government of India. So, the RBI was established on 1st April 1935 in terms of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. So, RBI was conceptualized as per the guidelines, working style and outlook presented by whom? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. Now, in his book, that is Problem of Rupee, its origin and its solution, and recommendation of the 1926 Dash Commission. What commission? A Royal Commission or a Rangarajan Commission. So, right answer will be your Royal Commission. It means A option. Okay, so Imperial Bank and Government of India used to perform the banking, central banking functions. Then Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has presented in his book the origin and solution. And in 1926, the Royal Commission on Indian currency have provided us the recommendation. So, right answer is your A option. Okay, right answer is A. Now, next we have matched the following with respect to the indirect instrument of in the hands of RBI. Indirect instrument. So, RBI have a lot of indirect instrument. RBI have bank rate, repo rate, reverse repo rate, liquidity adjustment facility, marginal standing facility, market stabilization scheme, open market operation, standing deposit facility. Okay. So, these are the certain instrument of your indirect instrument. First, LAF, it was introduced for issuing treasury bills? No. LAF is repo and reverse repo transaction. LAF is what? LAF perform the liquidity injection and liquidity absorption. So, it will be C. That is, first is saying it was introduced for the issuing of treasury bills and dated security over and above the normal market borrowing program of the central government for absorbing the excess liquidity. So, it is obviously the open market operation. In open market operation, you can do what? You can simply issue the government security. Okay, so second is A. Next, if we talk about, if we talk about liquidity adjustment facility, first remember it used the repo and reverse repo for the liquidity injection and for liquidity absorption. So, you can see the daily injection or absorption of liquidity on a repurchase basis with the help of repo and reverse repo, that is done by the LAF. So, the right answer will be your first will be your B. Okay, first will be your B. Now, if we talk about open market operation and MSS, under the open market operation, one thing is there, you will be providing funding, you will be providing funding by selling, purchasing to the commercial bank, not to the directly public. So, the open market operation will be C, that is the outright sale purchase of government security in addition to LAF. It is a tool to manage the level of liquidity over the medium term. It will be C. And the MSS will be 1 because it is talking about absorbing the liquidity from the market. So, MSS do the absorbing of liquidity in the market by selling the security to the public, and the security will be issued by the central government. So, first is B, second is C and third is A. B, C and A will be true. So, right answer will be D option. B, C and A will be true. So, right answer will be C option. These all are the indirect instrument of RBI. Direct instrument of RBI have CRR, SLR and refinance facility only. Now, the Dash notes was the first paper currency issued by RBI in January 1938. With the same year, currency note of 10, 100 and 1000 and 10,000 were issued. So, the first note will be was issued by RBI was 5 rupee note. And earlier RBI used to make currency with the Rational Reserve System. It started in 1935 and worked till 1957. And in 1957, Minimum Reserve System was introduced and it is going on till present, the Minimum Reserve System. Okay, so the first paper currency that RBI have printed was 5 rupee note, very simple. Now, the statement have been given about the, you have to choose the correct option with the regulator of banking system. About the regulator of banking system, which of the following is correct? First is saying RBI makes use of several supervisory tools which include on-site inspection, off-site surveillance, making use of required reporting by regulated entities and thematic inspection, synchronity and periodic supervision meetings. Is it true? Yes or no? It's very obvious. This have to be done by RBI to make it more disclosure norm, to have a more supervision. Second, RBI has adopted a regime of risk-based supervision under which a robust on-site surveillance system has been introduced to assess the extent of various types of risk a bank is exposed to, from analysis of host to supervisory data pertaining to the bank's activity. Is it true? So it's very obvious RBI haven't adopted this to have an on-site surveillance. Then third is saying the Board for Financial Supervision oversees the RBI's regulatory supervision responsibility. This is true. The Board for Financial Supervision is the topmost authority who is checking it out. So the right answer will be the first and third is correct, not the second one. So right option will be B option. Right answer will be your B option. Okay. Next question. In order to review the insurance sector, what did Malhotra committee recommended with the respect to competition? So Malhotra committee have recommended to form Adda. Malhotra committee had said that the insurance business should be started by the banks. So out of this, what insurance sector Malhotra committee recommended in context to the competition? No company should deal in both life and general insurance through a single entity. Okay, and this is true. It's very obvious and you can see it is not happening in our country. Second is saying foreign companies may not be allowed to enter the industry in collaboration with the domestic companies. Like foreign companies cannot come to India and start their business with the Indian company. This is wrong. This is happening. This is not the recommendation. Postal life insurance. The third one is saying postal life insurance should not be allowed to operate in the rural activities. This is also not the recommendation. Only one state life insurance company should be allowed to operate in each state. This is true. It means the first and fourth was the recommendation. So right answer will be your C option. The right answer was C option. Okay. Next question. Which among the following statements are not correct with respect to the feature of infrastructure? The infrastructure development will be done by the Development Financial Institution, and we have a latest infrastructure, that is the NAFID. First, the building of infrastructure require large investment and contribute to output after a long period of time, that is their gestation period of quite long. And second is saying you have to answer not true. This one is the true. Due to small overhead capital and bulk investment, significant economies of scale are found in most of them. No. The third important feature of infrastructure facilities is that they create externalities. This is true. The infrastructure is road, building, bridge and etc. So third is true, first is true, and you have to answer the incorrect one. So right answer will be A option. The right answer will be A option. The second one is not correct. So it is not a small overhead capital, it will be a large overhead capital for your infrastructure. Filling the blanks with respect to the channels for financing infrastructure. Out of these, first is saying India has a reasonably dash savings rate. So what do you think? We have a high savings rate or we have a low savings rate? Very obvious. India people morely save their money, and if you have heard about it, that's why we are surviving. India survived COVID-19. A lot of people survived COVID-19 because the rate of saving is high. So it cannot be B, it cannot be C. The savings as per portion of GDP are 22.3%. Dash for what? Household. The maximum savings is for the household. It means the right answer will be your A option, household. Okay. And 7.2% for the corporate, 1.3% from the public sector. Gross domestic savings will be in India was reported at 29% in 21. According to whom? According to the World Bank. Okay. So right answer will be A option. Savings rate we have high, and the maximum savings done by the household, that is around 22.3%. And if we talk about 7.2%, that is for the public, 1.3% it is for the corporate sector. Okay, now what is the authorized capital of NAFID? I think I have done this particular question in lot of session. I hope till now you have learned this question. That is 1 lakh crore, D option. Okay, right answer is D. NAFID was established in 2021 and it was established with the 1 lakh crore capital. Now, what is the authorized capital of NAFID? We have discussed. Now, what is the percentage of cash settlement proposed to be made by NARCL? The cash settlement is allowed to the NARCL to be performed. That is 15%. Okay, so NARCL is National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, that have been introduced as a bad bank. It have been introduced as what? As a bad bank. Now, Smart lending for aspiring India is one of the themes in which edition of EASE. EASE stands for Enhanced Access of Service Excellence, and this theme was taken under the EASE 3.0. Total phase we have 5.0 right now is going on. This theme was in the third. Okay. Now the core business of IFCI is, so IFCI is what? It is your first development financial institution. First is saying to provide equipment finance. Second is saying to provide finance for your rehabilitation of industrial units. Third is saying project financing. And out of this, which is the core business of IFCI, it is simply the project financing. The right answer will be your C option, the project financing. Okay, next question, which among the following is a prohibited function of bank? First is saying a banking company shall buy or sell or barter goods for others. Now, at the first statement, you can say this is not allowed to the banking company. Banking company cannot perform buy, sell or barter goods for the other. So, right answer is A. This is not a function of bank, or this is a prohibited function of bank. Now, the last question of today's session is talking about which among the following is a recent development in the banking sector. NARCL, National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, Digital Rupee, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development, and all of the above. So, out of these, which of the following is correct? Right answer will be your D option, that is all of the above. All are the recently introduced function or recently introduced and recently introduced development in the banking sector. Okay, so digital rupee that have been introduced by RBI, that is named as the central bank digital currency. It is known as what? Central bank digital currency. Clear? Chalo. So these are the questions we have discussed. Now let me know out of the 50 how many answers you have given correct. How many answers you have given correct out of 50? Let me know in the comment section. Apart from that, we have done these questions in 1 + 5 hour or 5 minutes, I can say. So do make sure you make this a speed while you are preparing for the mock test also, or you are giving mock test, because a statement based question will be there in your paper, and a statement based question will definitely going to take more time of yours. Okay. Now apart from that, one information is there for all the candidates who are officers at a 24/7 student, that I am going to start a revision batch from 3rd of October that will be covering your all modules, kind of questions, practice, or we can say the marathon for the paid batch students. Everything will be there in the paid batch. For enroll, you have to first download the 24/7 application, go to the JAIIB CIB section, click on the JAIIB October batch, and you will find here the Power Pack combo batch is available. If you go to the view all option, you will find the Power Pack batch for IE, IFS only. Okay, the Power Pack for the single subject is also available. You have to scroll down here. One second, let me show you here. Okay, this is the Power Pack English medium batch, hai na? So this is starting from 3rd, it will go till 7th, morning 7 to 9. We are going to practice all the modules with the question, with each and every unit practice. So all the students who are already a student of Mahapacks 2.0, they are students of our I can say Sankalp batch or the revision batch. You do not have to enroll again. This is free of cost for all the officers that are 24/7 student. If any other student want to enroll, what they have to go, just click on the buy now option, enter the code here, that is BAPU80. As you know, 2nd October is coming. So you have to use this code, and only by paying this amount plus 1% additional discount available if you use the coins. So you will get more 1% discount here, and you can purchase this batch here. Okay, by 81% discount. And do not forget, this is going to start from 3rd of October morning 7 to 9 AM. If you are thinking about it, enroll soon. Only those students who are not officers that are 24 student. If you have taken Mahapacks 2.0 revision batch or Sankalp batch, it will be added in your account automatically. Okay. So this is the information for all of you. Now last but not the least, if you want to join all the mini marathon, all the sessions which are going on the Officers at 24 YouTube channel, do make sure you subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be provided to you. Okay. So thank you for joining the session. Apart from that, do let me know in the comment section how many questions you have done correctly and what is your score out of 50. Thank you. Take care.